Hi everyone, I'm just going to do a short video just to show how at Durlstone we introduce multiplication in Year 3 and the 3 different stages that we would work alongside the children to try and really strengthen their knowledge of what's happening in those different calculations. So here I've got 25 times 3. So first of all we're going to use some resources to help us understand what's happening here. So before we do anything else, we would talk to the children a lot about partitioning this number, the 25, into its tens and ones. And the reason we do that is because we just want to look at these numbers in smaller chunks rather than trying to do 25 3 times. We're going to split it and do 20 3 times and then 5 3 times and then add them together at the end. So in class we would use these resources here called base 10. So these represent 10 and this is, 2 of those is 20. So I'm going to use 20, another 20, and then 3 lots of 20 there and line them up like this. And then I will look at the ones. So then I've got 5 ones here. And then I'm going to have 3 groups of ones or 3 lots of ones there. So we can see if I was to draw a chart there and just some lines, this is the first stage we will have. We want the children using those resources, feeling them and looking at them and being able to visualise what's happening here. So we can see we've got 3 lots of 20 and 3 lots of 5, and then the children would physically touch them and add them up to find the total. Here is 60 and the total in this column is 5, 10, 15. And then if we were to do 60 plus 15, we would find the answer of 75. So the children have had lots of chance to use the resources and to manipulate them and to explore patterns in multiplication with the resources. Once the children are confident with using those resources, we will then move on to a more pictorial method using a place value chart. So I'll show using the same multiplication, so we'll do 25 times 3. The idea now is the children have used these resources so much they can visualise them as they're drawing pictures. So the children will again partition this number into its tens and into its ones, and then they're going to draw their own place value chart. We do tens column and ones column. And then in this place value chart, they've got to decide how many segments. Now, because we are doing 25 times 3, this multiplier is what tells us how many segments we will need. So I will need 3 rows going across, because eventually I'm going to have 25, 25, and 25. Now, in this method, it's very, very similar to the first one, but instead of using the counters, the children are taking that one step further and either drawing their deans, so they might draw 2 tens and 5 ones, or the children will also be quite experienced at drawing their place value counters as well. So they can pick and choose whatever they're most comfortable with. And the reason we show different methods is so that the children can choose which one they are most confident with. And then to find the answer, again, they've just got to add up what's in this column. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then we've got 5, 10, 15. And then to find the answer, they're going to do 60 plus 5. So the same method as the first stage. For the first stage we were using resources that we can hold and touch. And then the second stage is just that one step further where we're using pictures instead of the actual resources. And this is the way of just embedding that knowledge of the visualization and what times table means. It's getting a lot bigger. It's very different to adding. And then the third stage, we're going to use our known facts. So we're going to do 25 times 3 again, here. Again, the first step is partitioning the 25. So we split that 25 into those tens and ones. And then this time, instead of using resources or pictures, we're going to go very abstract and just use the number digits to support us here. So we're going to do look at the tens first, so we'll do 20 times 3 first, and then we will do 5 times 3 afterwards. So we're doing the tens first and then the ones in small manageable steps. Now, a lot of children will find 20 times 3 very difficult mentally, but at school we've talked a lot about the pattern of 2 times 3 will give us 6, and therefore, because 20 is 10 times bigger than 2, but 3 stays the same, then the answer is just 10 times bigger. And we talked a lot about number families and fact and these known facts. So we also talk about, well, if we keep 2 the same, but 3 is 10 times bigger, then the answer will also be 10 times bigger than the original fact as well. So we use that pattern to work out the 20 times 3. So in classroom I will say, right, what's 20 times 3? Can someone tell me what 2 times 3 is first? And then we can use that to find out that that would equal 60. And then we look at the 5 times 3, 5, 10, 15. And then at the end we're going to add both of these answers up. So we add 60 plus 15 gives me 75. So eventually we hope all the children will get to this method because it's more efficient, it's quicker, there's no need for resources or drawing pictures. But the children will be at different stages. Some children will find the resources the best way to get that understanding. Some children would quite like to draw the place value charts just to make sure that they've got the correct idea and the grouping there. But some children will feel more confident to move on to this stage as well. The good thing is it doesn't matter which stage they are using, they will all get an accurate answer if they can follow that method. Just as one last added bonus there is that we also talk about these number families, which is quite important for us to start talking about a lot, and it's that triangle that we set for prep a few weeks ago. So if we look at this one here, 2 times 3 equals 6, it's that knowledge that if we've got those numbers, we can make some calculations from that. We can say that 2 times 3 equals 6, and because we know that, we can say that 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Or we could say that 6 divided by 2 equals 3, and then finally 3 times 2 would equal 6 as well. So it's just that knowledge that we can use one fact to find out several other ones as a bit of an added bonus there.